begin?
I would, thank you. So I'm excited to tell you about a really cool partnership with Portland Public Schools, Portland State University, and the Northwest Down Syndrome Association, who are collaborating on a new project to expand opportunities for students to attend college. The project is called Think College Inclusion Oregon, and it's part of a national effort to expand perceptions and give students who are previously not expected to pursue college or seek out higher education the boost they need to see college as an option. So tonight, we are really pleased to have Angela Jarvis-Holland, who's the Executive Director of the Northwest Down Syndrome Association, and her son Daniel, who's a sophomore at Benson High School, talk about the program. But before I invite them up, I wanted to show you a clip that the Oregonian produced about this program.
I have a 16-year-old, and when he was 14, he turned to me and said, "Mom, I want to go to college." And he was really clear about it. I think it's a really interesting time in our families' lives and in the world that, you know, we've got children that a generation ago were being signed into institutions and then they were called uneducable. And they just keep proving us wrong over and over. And this story of college it's just the next chapter of their story.
I like to go to college because I want to learn about more. Like, do I get a job, like game design? I want to get a girlfriend, get on a house.
It's the fact that Daniel's at a regular high school, he's been included all his life, and he sees himself as a true citizen of this city. You know, we talk about equity, we talk about diversity. Daniel expects to go to college, and he's a worker. He works hard and he wants to do good things. We're really a country that likes to test everyone and have all these benchmarks and markers, and we're all finding out that that's not really very helpful sometimes. My feeling is everybody's a writer, but they might need a different pencil. His pencil might be that he needs a computer with predictive speech software or whatever. But I think that we assume that people don't have a story when they can't communicate quite the same way. College represents a lot of different things, and for somebody with an intellectual disability, you know, their family's very present with them. He's going to keep learning, which is really important, but the course will also include opportunities to do some internships. It'll include all the dramas of friendships and broken friendships and everything else. He needs to have that experience and that independence in a somewhat structured way with some supports around him so that he can explore who he is as a young man. I see Daniel changing the world just by being a part of the world. He's changed this school. And I see both my sons as lifelong learners that deserve dignity, respect, and need to find a way to contribute. That's absolutely the same regardless of their labels.
So I'd like to introduce Angela and Daniel, and I invite you to come on up to the podium. And while you're coming up, I just want to also say Angela has been an incredible advocate for empowering parents to advocate for their students, really influencing how we have approached all our work on rebuilding facilities with the bond and what kind of programming we're doing in our schools. And I want to just say thank you to that. Like, you have done so much work that as a partner to PPS that has been hugely influential in who we are as an organization. And then I also wanted to just thank Director Rosen, who's also been really active with All Born In and goes to the conference every year. And is wearing the T-shirt tonight. Woohoo! Yeah. So with that, Angela, over to you.
Well, when Daniel was born, I was kind of shocked by what was in front of me, but that pretty quickly turned into a realization that there's actually a huge invitation when somebody with a difference is in your life. And I actually wrote a poem about an invitation and what that invitation involved. And I think that's been a continuing theme all through the last 16 years, that Daniel has created his own invitations increasingly. And if you, as an organization that is responsible for educating so many children with differences can accept that invitation, then I think that there's a richness that's going to come back to the practices that you have and the work that you do. And I think we also have worked hard as a family to raise citizens who are involved not just to speak for their own issues, but to speak on behalf and alongside and as allies. And I am really, really thrilled that Think College is happening here in Oregon. We have a sheet up here that tells you just an astounding statistic. So it makes sense in financial terms to think about this. If you think about, Daniel's been invested in since he was in early intervention, and somebody that was pretty wise said to me, if you don't believe he's going to get a job or go to college, why are you going to early intervention? And I think that we are at a time when we could and should have high expectations for every child and then figure out what it takes to help them get there. And I think I want to say that we pathologize people of color, people who are poor, people with disabilities. And if we just do standardized curriculum and don't act creatively or think about their differences in positive ways, then we lose out. And we place the failure within the hearts and minds of children. And what really has happened that's astounding here is you can be really proud. There are a group of parents and a group of children that have grown up and come through PPS and been included, which has sometimes been a fight. But it has meant that the way they see their place in the world is very different. And for me, I am also changed by it, because I think a couple of years ago, I would have just presented to you and felt that was my place. But I'm really aware this is Daniel's journey, and I'm alongside him as his ally. I don't have a disability, but I am an ally of Daniel, and I'm going to invite all of you to think beyond your own experiences and to be an ally for all of the differences of all of the children that we are charged with educating in a school system. And I also want to find more ways that the work that we've done, you are very kind about what I've done, but I'll be quite honest, I'm really great at getting other people to do work. And
Yes, you are.
and then shine a light on that, because Think College is an incredible coming together. There were 4 families whose children said what Daniel had said. We went with a cohort, including Michelle Markle from PPS and Mary Pearson, and we went to the East Coast. And we went to a conference that showed us what might be possible. And then there's been an incredible coming together. Julie, you've been part of our story. We've partnered for 10 years with Portland State University and others to create a very powerful conference. So I want to lay out that we're giving you an invitation to partner more deeply, but we also just wanted to start this year with a celebration of something that's incredible. There's a new opportunity for youth with intellectual disabilities, and there's a new readiness because of what teachers have already invested. So thank you for the work so far, and thank you for the work that we're going to do together in the future. And now I'd like to hand over to Daniel.
I love you.
Oh, thank you. I love you too. Okay, you ready, darling?
Hello?
You want to do your spell?
No, let's say hello first. Hello? I like to see Mike. You put a wonderful face of yours.
Keep my head pointed at yours.
You get too much. I'm thinking about college. Daniel Jarvis-Holland, 10th grade, student at Benson Tech High School. I have been friends with Emma for a long time. We both wanted to go to college. There was no college choice for me in Oregon. Emma could go to college. My brother Quinn goes to college. Some of my friends and I started asking why we could not all go to college. I like school. I like to learn. I want to learn more in college. I want to be kind to others. I want to learn how to live away from home. I want to have fun. I want a job. With my friends, we spoke at conferences. Is my best friend Eddie?
He's a PPS guy too.
We spoke to while I'm riding. This is my best guy named Cody. This is my life. I have dreams and a voice. I liked it when teachers helped me learn how I work hard. I can learn lots of things together in a regular class. I learned about the Odyssey, about being strong and patient. I used a graphic novel, watched YouTube and movies, learned like everyone else does. Team Dan, will you be on my team? Every kid wants to be part of the group, and we have big dreams, and you can help us sometimes. It's not easy, but teachers help me. I like my school. My parents are on my team and crazy.
Thank you.
We all belong. My dad is like a Popeye right here. Right here.
Oh gosh.
Free our people. Teach all kids together. Be fair, be kind. Help us get to college. And good jobs. No dead ends for any kids.
Daniel, thank you. That was a really powerful
I
message.
got a quick question. My principal is here, and then Mr. Wilson. I need to see you, Mr. Wilson.
Hi, Curtis Wilson.
It's my principal.
We'll say thank you to him, too. Angela, thank you, and Daniel, thank you so much. That was wonderful.
I just
Daniel,
wanted,
I can't wait to see you at Portland State.
That's a lot.
And I wanted to
We'll
tell
have
you
lunch.
that I'll be on your team.
we all will.
Hey,
So-
Daniel, I think you got a bunch.
So Tom, I just wanted to say a couple of things.
Absolutely.
So one thing, this is particularly to Daniel, I've been on the school board 6 months, and you are the first person who's testified who's shown that strong link between graphic novels or comics and education, and I want to say thank you. So to me, I really want to thank Angela, Daniel, and Northwest Down Syndrome Association because they represent the best in public activism and parent involvement. They have moved this issue forward because of hard work. They're a force of nature. And Think College is a program that's long overdue in Oregon, and it's because of the hard work of parents who are advocating for all our kids that we have it. And then the other thing I want to say is about the budget. ADA is really a decades-old unfunded mandate. And this is really a core issue, a core equity issue for PPS. So I'm really excited about this program, and I'm excited that PPS is stepping forward to partner on this. it is really incredible what we're learning. I went to the TASH conference, and I can't tell you what TASH stands for, but it's a major conference on ADA and inclusion that occurs annually. And Angela just showed part of the data. It was up there really quickly. But it's pretty incredible what the data is showing in the link between inclusion and early intervention and working with these kids, and how they become an active force in our economy. They become part of our workforce, and the return on investment, a small investment in terms of increasing our tax base. I mean, it's just really extraordinary how good this program is. And I heard Angela say that we need deeper partnerships, and what I want to say to that is we need to invest more as a district. More of our budget needs to go into these programs. That means teacher and administrator training, new programs. It means some risk with our dollars, and that's what I'm going to be looking for as we begin the budget process. So thanks for all your work.
Thank you.
One last comment, and that is, I know that it is in partnership with Portland State, and I also do want to call out two of my colleagues, that Sue Burt and Ann Fullerton, that spent weekends, nights, and long hours writing the successful grant proposal. That it is a wonderful partnership based on your lead, really. So thank you.
Okay, that was totally inspirational. I'm not done with my report. That was only one piece of my report. I'm serious, so this is going to go on for a little bit, so just relax. But I am going to say one more thing about the All Born In Conference. It is one of the most powerful parent advocacy experiences, I think, that is in our district. I really think the last one that I went to a number of workshops that were so powerful, parent-to-parent conversations about how to advocate for your student, yes. And really personal experience, but very powerful, just collegial work with one another about how do you help your kid be successful in a school system. So anyway, I was totally impressed. It was great.
Can I have one more comment about that? Yeah. What I also, one more comment, appreciate, because I was a part of that conference last year, and I'm really hoping that we can expand the strands for non-English speaking parents that have children with disabilities. So I'm with you. I think there's some more opportunities ahead for great partnerships.
So thank you for being here to have this conversation.